going on, friends? It's your boy Danny Brasco Bets. You are live and direct right here at Pick Profits. So now you can't leave. I told you guys, the damn Knicks. I bet on them to win, they lose. I bet against them, they win. No matter what I do, my Knicks nightmare continues. I might have to stop touching them. I just got bad Knicks juju. As a self-loathing Knicks fan here in New York City, no matter what I do, they suck in real life, they suck in sports betting. It's all good, whatever. Free plays moved to 11, 3, and 1 in the last 15. I'll take that. Any 15 picks of the week. So let's move forward. Dropped our last two. Time to get you guys a winner. Let's go back into the NBA for this one. Guys, our weekend package is still available. If you want to get involved, shoot us a direct message on Instagram. We'll get you set up with our NFL playoff plays. Hyped up for this playoff slate. But for now, we think about basketball. Onto the hardwood we go. Let's take a look at this 76ers versus Memphis Grizzlies matchup. You know, the Sixers, 9-4 straight up, off to a great start behind head coach Doc Rivers. They're 7-6 against the spread, so over 500. Whenever I see teams like 9-4 straight up and 500 against the spread, I'm like, come on, man. You're winning. Why don't you cover? Good teams win. Great teams cover. That's what we say. Grizzlies 5-6 straight up, 6-5 against the spread. I don't care if you lose every game. Just cover spreads. We're betting on sports here. That's what we care about. So let's look at the Sixers first. Joel Embiid did not make the road trip on this one. Sixers hit the road, taking on the Grizzlies. And over in Memphis in this one, he's got some right knee pain, so he's going to sit this one out. You know how they like to load manage Embiid. No sweat, no Embiid. They've been okay. I mean, that roster is deep, and those bench players have been going off. Obviously, you know, they got Tobias Harris, they got Ben Simmons. Those are their guys, along with Embiid. That makes the three-headed monster on the 76ers. But who's been getting it done for the Sixers? It's Shake Milton. I mean, in the last game where they cruised to a win over the Heat, he dropped 31 points. I mean, Milton's been going off Tyrese Maxey. We see they have a really deep team. So Sixers, nothing to play with. You know, even when their starters are sitting out, whether it's COVID protocols, injuries, load management, bench, nothing to scoff at. They will drop buckets on your head. So, you know, looking at Doc Rivers and this 76ers team, you know, he's got them playing a really quick, up-tempo pace. You saw Doc Rivers coach that style on the Clippers. That's what he likes to do. He wants to run. He wants to get out in the open floor. And they put in high scoring totals behind that style of play. They're ninth in total scoring in the NBA. We saw them just drop a big old number on the Heat, albeit Heat were missing a lot of players in that one, so we'll take that for what it's worth. But still, Sixers like to run up the number on you. And, you know, defensively, they're pretty solid too. They're actually number one in field goal percent against. So that's going to play an interesting part in this matchup as I take it here and go into the stats on the Grizzlies, because defensive percentage against, holding teams to shooting very poorly from the field against them. So obviously that's with Embiid as their defensive captain there. He's not going to be in this one, but still, Simmons and those boys, they play good defense with or without Embiid. So let's take a look at the Grizzlies and see how that factors in to this matchup. Well, the Grizzlies obviously have been without some of their best players this season. You know, Ja Morant going down early in the year, Jaren Jackson Jr., those are probably their two biggest offensive threats. And, you know, the Grizzlies are going to need to clamp down on defense in this one to have big games from guys like, you know, Kyle Anderson and Dylan Brooks, who they really play through if they were going to try to pull the upset in this one. They are on a nice little tidy, you know, 3-game winning streak right now, so they're catching a little bit of fire even without their guys. But in this one, they'll be without Justice Winslow, without Killian Tilly, and without Jonte Porter as well. But is Ja back? Is Ja Morant back? I mean, I see all sorts of reports, game time decision. He's questionable. He's not playing. I saw 5 different sources say 5 different, sort of slightly different things. So we'll have to keep an eye on this much closer to game time. And the line will probably swing based on that news. It definitely will swing. So we're going to keep an eye on it. I like it where it is right now. And I'll get into that in just a moment. But I'm assuming that even if he does play, it'll be super restricted minutes. And I don't think the Grizzlies are going to push by any means to get him right back out there. This guy's their entire future. So if he does play, I imagine limited minutes. And if he doesn't play, I won't be surprised at all. But we'll see. Keep your eye posted on that injury news closer to game time, because as of right now, I cannot report on that in full. Let's see. So going deeper into the Grizzlies, you know, like I mentioned, 3-game win streak, but it's largely been behind, you know, play of the defense. They're not bad at all defensively. They get it done. They can clamp down. The offense, though, it's just not, they got to keep you to a low total because their offense ranks 26th in offensive efficiency. And they really played through Dylan Brooks and Kyle Anderson, like I mentioned. But unfortunately for Grizzlies fans, you know, all 5 Grizzlies with usage rates of over 15% who average at least 20 minutes per game. So that would be Dylan Brooks, Kyle Anderson, Brandon Clark, Jonas Valanciunas, and Tyus Jones, sort of their main group there, all rank below average in points per shot attempt among their position groups. So not efficient, like I mentioned. And even worse, 4 of those 5 rank in the bottom 20th percentile in points per shot attempt among their position group. These stats according to the Action Network. Solid data over there. So the Grizzlies, they're going to be facing a top 10 defense. I know, no Embiid, but still, they can get it done. Sixers can still lock up. Simmons is still out there. And, the Grizzlies do rank 7th in defensive efficiency themselves. So, that's great. But I think the ranking might be just a slight bit misleading because some of those matchups they got were sort of on soft schedules against weaker teams, and they also got 2 wins over the KD and Kyrie-less Nets. So no KD, no Kyrie, picked up 2 wins in those contests, but without their star players. So those guys are in there. I bet you their defensive efficiency rankings totally shift, and those numbers are not what they appear to be, perhaps. So maybe a little bit of a fallacy with that number. Not to say the Grizzlies don't play good defense, but not that good defense. So, all that being said, Grizzlies have been really bad offensively. No efficiency on offense. Going to need really big games out of Brooks and Anderson. And the Sixers have shown that, they have depth. And they have multiple guys that could create offense for them, regardless if Embiid is sitting out of games. So expect Shake Milton to go off in this one. I'm expecting Ben Simmons to, take on the load and really get it done. And watch out for that Sixers bench to light it up. So in this one right now, the 76ers sitting at just a -1. If more news comes out based on who's playing, who's not playing, I'm expecting some money to come in on the Sixers and that line to swing. So I'm going to take it for what it's worth right now. I'm going to go Sixers -1. All they got to do is win the game on that line. And they're going to snap this win streak that the Grizzlies are on and give them a rude awakening on their home court floor. A lot of the time also when you come back home from a road trip, it's not as easy. You think, oh, wow, they're coming back home. They're going to get it done. Well, the travel, coming right back home fresh off that road trip where they really expended a lot of energy, sometimes that can be a spot where you take a loss. So all that being said, let's go Sixers -1, and they're getting it done in this one. Thanks for locking in with me, guys. Appreciate you all. Leave your take in the comments. What do you think about this pick? Tailing, fading, riding, dying, degenerates for life? Of course, guess the correct score in the comments. If you get it exactly right, you win $100. Every basketball pick we put out, I want to see you guys guessing the correct score. I want to give that $100 away. I'm just waiting to do it. Thank you guys so much. If you need a book to place this bet, check out BETUS and use our promo code PICK125 to get 125% of your deposit matched. Damn, that's a lot of free money. Put in $100, get $125 in free money. DM us with any questions. Let's go get this money. Booyah, Kasha.